Hello, scholars, and welcome to this review of atomic structure. To start, we're going to ask ourselves, what is stuff? What's it made of? Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. This gold is matter because it has mass and takes up space. Stuff is matter. And we classify stuff by what it's made of. Elements are pure substances that cannot be broken down into other substances by chemical means. Gold is an example of an element. This contrasts with compounds, which consist of two or more elements chemically combined, and mixtures, such as solutions, which are two or more substances that are physically combined. Now, we know we can break apart compounds and separate mixtures. And so, is there a point where we can break gold down into such a small piece that it stops being gold? And the answer is yes. The gold atom is the fundamental unit of gold. Atoms are the smallest unit of matter that retain all of the chemical properties of larger units. So a gold atom has all of the same chemical properties as a gold nugget or a gold bar. So stuff is made of elements, and elements are made of atoms. Atoms are made of even smaller stuff. They consist of a positively charged proton and a neutral neutron that reside in the nucleus or center. The atom also contains electrons, which orbit the nucleus in distinct energy levels, which we refer to as shells. You can see that this atom has two shells, which are home to its 4 electrons. We call these electrons in the outermost shell valence electrons. And this outermost shell is called the valence shell. These are the electrons that are actually involved in chemical reactions, so they're kind of a big deal. Electrons that are not in the valence shell, or closer to the nucleus than the valence shell, are our core electrons, because they're at the core of the atom. Atoms are defined by the number of protons in their nucleus. So every hydrogen atom has 1 proton. Every helium atom has 2 protons. Every lithium atom has 3 protons, beryllium 4, and so on and so forth. The arrangement of the periodic table tells us about the atomic structure of elements. As we move across and down the periodic table, the atomic number, or the number of protons, increases. And so does the number of electrons. In an atom, the number of electrons is equal to the number of protons. So every hydrogen atom has 1 proton and 1 electron. Every helium atom has 2 protons and 2 electrons. Neutrons are a little bit more variable. We'll talk about those later. Elements are arranged into periods in the periodic table, where properties repeat. This is because Elements in, oh, these are groups, my bad, groups. Groups, where properties repeat. This is because they have the same number of valence electrons. So all of the elements in group 1 have 1 valence electron. All of the elements in group 2 have 2 valence electrons. We skip the transition metals to get to group 3, and we see that all of the elements in group 3 have 3 valence electrons. The important thing I want you to note here is that the first shell contains a maximum of 2 electrons. Subsequent shells contain a maximum of 8 electrons. And that's all for the structure of the atom. Thank you.